I started looking at how the Competency Standard stacks up against the experience tasks in the AXP. Now, I went through all of the experience tasks and kind of assigned them to competencies. Now I'm going through in a more methodical way, and I realized that this is something that you can participate in. If you're watching this live, put comments in. If you're catching this later, then you can still put comments in about how you think the competency standard should be aligned with the AXP. This is something that NCARB is working on, will eventually do. But what if there was a real grassroots effort to create an association between these two that you can participate in? I'm going to put in the comments and make available on YouTube links to the competency standard that you can download and to the AXP areas, task areas that you can download. Start looking at how they connect. And I'm going to be publishing my take on it. I'd love to have your input. So if you start saying, well, for example, I went through the programming and analysis tasks, and all of those seem to fit within the first 7 competencies. Most of them are in competency 2. And then, but there's a few in 1, 3, 4, none in 5, a couple in 6, and 1 in 7. But keep in mind, these tasks in the AXP are not a comprehensive list of every task that you're going to perform. So I'd love to know too, if there are tasks that you're performing and you can't find what area to put it under, or it isn't listed as a specific task, write it in. I'd love to hear what that task is. I'd love to have a short, brief description of what that task is so we can assign it to a competency based on what you think it should be. So, and now the project planning and design will also have tasks that go into some of these early design and documentation domain categories, as will the project development and documentation tasks will also go into this first domain of design and documentation. So we want to fill this in so that instead of doing a task and just putting it in this broad area of, say, programming and analysis, that we actually see that it's applying to specific competency. NCARB created this competency standard to really provide a bar of understanding of what architects can do at the point of licensure. The experience you get is supposed to lead you to that point. So the experience tasks that you're doing should be assigned or associated with competencies that lead you there.